Toyota Highlander LE brake job, full DIY walkthrough. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I'll show you how to replace the brake pads and rotors on a Toyota Highlander LE from start to finish. Before starting, park on a level surface. Wear safety glasses, chalk the wheels, and gather your tools. You'll need a floor jack, jack stands, a 21mm socket, ratchet, breaker bar, torque wrench, brake cleaner, brake grease, a caliper compressor, and new pads and rotors. Loosen the lug nuts before lifting the vehicle. Raise it safely, support it with jack stands, remove the wheel, and inspect the brake assembly. Check the pads for uneven wear. Inspect the rotor for grooves or heat spots, and look over the brake hose for damage. Remove the caliper bolts and carefully slide the caliper off the rotor. Never let it hang by the brake hose. Support it with a bungee cord or wire. Remove the old brake pads, then remove the caliper bracket. These bolts are usually tight, so you may need a breaker bar. Pull the old rotor off. If it's stuck from rust, tap it gently with a rubber mallet. Clean the wheel hub with a wire brush so the new rotor sits flush. Spray both sides of the new rotor with brake cleaner to remove the protective oil, then install it onto the hub. Thread a lug nut on by hand to hold it in place. Clean the caliper bracket. Replace the hardware clips and apply a light coat of brake grease where the pads slide. Avoid getting grease on the rotor or brake pad surfaces. Reinstall the caliper bracket and tighten it to the proper torque specification. Using a caliper compressor or C-clamp, slowly compress the caliper piston while monitoring the brake fluid reservoir. Once compressed, install the new brake pads and make sure they move freely in the hardware. Reinstall the caliper over the new pads and tighten the caliper bolts securely. Repeat the same process on the opposite side. Always replace brakes in pairs for even braking performance. If you're servicing the rear brakes on a Highlander with an electronic parking brake, make sure the vehicle is in brake service mode before compressing the rear caliper pistons. Reinstall the wheels, hand tighten the lug nuts, lower the vehicle, and torque the lug nuts in a star pattern to the manufacturer's specification. Before driving, pump the brake pedal several times until it becomes firm. Check the brake fluid level and top it off with DOT3 brake fluid if needed. Finish by bedding in the new brakes with several moderate stops from about 30 to 40 miles per hour. Avoid hard braking during the first couple hundred miles to allow the pads and rotors to seat properly. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'll see you in the next one.